Thank you, Vice Chairman, sir.
Mike.
Mike's.
Mike, Mike,
Mike.
Mike, Mike on correct.
आगे आ जाओ.
Mike, on.
I am here to discuss on the reappropriation bill, sir. It has often been mentioned on the floor of this House, sir, that infrastructure in our nation is growing. Road infrastructure, railway infrastructure, government buildings, smart cities, also the Central Vista, which is growing as an urgent priority. But, sir, while I appreciate the government for all these efforts, my question is, at the same time, shouldn't our concern be on the rising economic disparity that is there in the nation? Isn't it a cause of great concern, particularly post-pandemic? Sir, when businesses are permanently shutting down, laborers are migrating with no intention to return, consumers are increasingly becoming reluctant, and the RBI underlying the fact that some of the damage to India's GDP is permanent. Sir, we talk about unemployment, and it is said that more than 3 crore youth have lost their jobs during this pandemic period. So our economy must truly carry the benefit to every section of society. So veins and arteries carry blood to every part of the human body. If one part of the body doesn't receive the blood, it dries up, it paralyzes, it dies. In the same way, sir, there is an Urdu poet who has spoken very well about this, Mirza Ghalib. Everybody must have heard his name. रगों में दौड़ते फिरने के हम नहीं कायल, रगों में दौड़ते फिरने के हम नहीं कायल, फिर जो आँख से न टपका तो वो लहू क्या है? सर, लहू अगर सिर्फ रगों में दौड़ रहा है तो उसका क्या फायदा है? जब वो आँख से टपकता है दर्द बनकर, तब वो सही फायदामंद है अपने देश के लिए, सर. तो मैं आदरणीय वित्त मंत्री जी से यही कहूंगी कि आज हमें इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर की जरूरत तो है, लेकिन उस दर्द की भी जरूरत है जो हमारी हर घर की एक महिला आज अपने घर में सह रही है इस महंगाई के दौर के दौरान. सर, when we talk about publicity and broadcasting, I would like to say that we should increase the budget for publicity and broadcasting. Everywhere you turn your head, you go on the road, everywhere you turn your head, there is a poster which is showing you the achievements of the government, proclaiming these achievements. Free ration, free vaccines, gas connections, toilets. While I have no objection, sir, to this proclamation, I wish to add that these digital banners at petrol pumps, these advertisements must also carry, must mandatorily also carry schemes for the poor, how to apply for these schemes, how to take benefit of these schemes, sir, PMAY, Ayushman Bharat. My own experience, sir, is that many people, they are hospitalized, they spend money, and then they call up and ask us, okay, ma'am, please give some money. We have spent so much money on our medical bills. And we tell them, oh, there is a government scheme. Why don't you take advantage of it? They said, abhi ho gaya, ma'am, ab aap humko madad kijiye. Humko pata nahi tha. Pata nahi tha. That is very important. So wherever we are proclaiming our achievements, we should also proclaim our responsibility. And we should also make sure that the people come to know about the schemes that are there for them. Years and years these schemes sometimes are unutilized. Sometimes people don't know, and the poor people are the real beneficiaries, don't take advantage of it. So if we do this, sir, it will be Sacha Saath, Sacha Vikas. And I think that's what we have to move to. Sacha Saath, Sacha Vikas. Sir, defense के बारे में बात करना चाहती हूँ. 5.2 lakh crores have been allocated for the defense budget, which is 9.84% increase over the last year, sir. The revenue budget, which is mostly based for establishment, 2.33 lakh crores, increased by 16,000 crores. But sir, the major expense, defense capital outlay, 1.52 lakh crores, has seen a 12.2% decline from last year. Reason, funds have not been utilized. Sir, for R&D, only 11,981 crores has been allocated, from which also 25% is for startups and private industry. Sir, the war, today the Russia-Ukraine war has posed a big challenge before the world. And although I really feel that the strategy that our nation has adopted is laudable, we have been trying to maintain a balance, but it also draws our attention to the fact that we need to become self-reliant in defense as soon as we can. We cannot be doing it in the way gradually as we have been doing it all these days. And therefore, we have to have more spending on R&D, sir. We have spy softwares coming. There is technological advance. Now, this technology is also posing threats, security threats before us. So when we import war equipment, we have to be cautious that there is spyware, there is cyber warfare, and for instance, sir, we have purchased fourth generation fighters from France recently. Now, we have to depend on France for maintenance, for technology, for trainings, for everything. So when we buy something from somewhere, we have to depend on that country, and we cannot go against that country, even if strategically we feel that we should have a stand. That is our compulsion. The world has moved to 5th and 6th generation Air Force, especially the Air Force, where they have moved to 5th and 6th generation fighters, sir. So our effort, my point is that our effort on R&D must be focused on, must be speeded up at a much higher pace than it has ever been. And this is what I would like to refer, I would like to request our Honorable Finance Minister that this should be our focus if we really want to become Atmanirbhar. Sir, Arun Mishra in his article today, in today's Indian Express has said, I would like to quote that, the de-Russification of the armed forces and the genuine Indianization of India's defense technological and industrial base is necessary. We need to de-Russify ourselves. We cannot depend on Russia all the time. And therefore we have to become Atmanirbhar. Sachi Atmanirbharta isi mein hogi, sir. Sir, when the government learns to listen, when the situation demands it, and when the opposition learns to appreciate when the situation demands it, democracy can move forward more resolutely and more strongly. So just as my colleague, Mr. Manoj Jha, he made a comment saying that, he quoted something saying that I will not make any comment on it. I would also like to quote a Turkish proverb. The forest was shrinking, but the trees kept voting for the axe. For the axe was clever and convinced the trees that because his handle was made of wood, he was one of them. So, sir, I wouldn't like to make any more comment on this. At the end, I will only like to say, ma'am, that Elon Musk had dreamed a dream. he had dreamed a dream that he would like to make travel into space more affordable for people. And that became his greatest selling point, to the extent that he became the world's richest man at one point of time. Ma'am, our greatest selling point ought to be our Atmanirbharta. Sorry to say, we have still not been able to make that our selling point the way it should be, because marketing the government's achievements is not our aim. Our aim is to benefit the poor, the middle class, and to remove the economic disparity that is there in our nation. Thank you, sir.
Shri K. Ravindra Kumar.
Thank you, sir, for this opportunity for speaking on appropriation bills regarding supplementary demands